Hi everyone, I am Riya Jha and today we will talk about divide and conquer algorithm. It can be said that this is one of the oldest algorithms that there is, and examples of this algorithm go as far back as the 200th BC. We can find examples of this in things like the FFT algorithm, binary search, and merge sort, quick sort, etc. Divide and conquer algorithm works on three basic steps, that is divide, conquer, and merge. How does this work is that if we have a main problem, then that main problem will be divided into many sub problems. It will be divided as far as we do not get a base case or an atomic sub case, and the last step is merge, where we find the solution of all these small sub problems and finally combine them to get a proper result for the main problem. This algorithm is particularly useful if you want to decrease the time complexity. For example, if you have an array of n elements and you want to either use a merge sort or a quick sort, or you want to search a particular element using binary search, and in this case, what generally happens is that you keep dividing the array into two, and in a general case into p sub arrays, and that will eventually give you the result. Either you will completely sort the array or reach a point where no other element can be sorted, an individual element is left, or you reach the point where in case of a searching algorithm, you will reach the point where you have already found the element or the element itself doesn't exist. In this case, what happens is that if you compare this algorithm, divide and conquer algorithms, with, say, a linear search algorithm or a bubble sort algorithm, the time complexity is greatly reduced. There are many advantages of the divide and conquer algorithm. For example, there's an increased ease of solving difficult problems if you use the divide and conquer algorithm, since all you have to do is keep dividing the main problem into very simple subcases. Now, what happens with divide and conquer algorithm is that these subcases are very simple and very basic. For example, if you take the example of binary search algorithm, the base case is seeing if the middle element or the current element is equal to the wanted element. So that just involves a simple comparison. So as we can see that the base cases are generally solved in constant time. So the time complexity of the divide and conquer algorithm is much less as compared to had we gone by the normal or traditional route of linear search. It's also a great idea to use divide and conquer algorithms if you are using multiprocessor systems, because parallelism is one of its main features, as you can keep dividing the main problem into subproblems, and those subproblems can be solved by different processors. There are many disadvantages of divide and conquer algorithm, although the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. Generally, in this algorithm, recursion is involved since we are dividing a main problem into multiple sub-problems. Recursion will be used because in order to reach a base case, there is no other option. However, if you want to get rid of recursion in the divide and conquer algorithm, you can implement some non-recursive programs by using data structures like stack, queues, or priority queues. This approach will give you more freedom, but by no means is absolute. If recursion is being used, you must ensure that there's no stack overflow and that there is enough memory for the problems to be stored. Another disadvantage of the divide and conquer algorithm is that in case you do not get the base case right, you will not be able to implement the algorithm correctly. This is because the base case is central to the divide and conquer algorithm. All these subcases ultimately become a base case. So getting the base case is very important. And in case if it is difficult to find what the base case is, it will result in some huge problems. Also, what happens while dividing the major problem into smaller sub-problems is that it is possible that some of these sub-problems are same, and since there is no memorization technique generally used, so the same sub-problems have to be solved over and over again, which wastes precious time. In order to solve this problem, using memorization is advisable. For the sake of understanding divide and conquer algorithm better, let us take the example of binary search. Binary search works only on sorted arrays. So in this example, I have taken an ascending array which has elements from 1 to 9. I have done this for the sake of simplicity so that everyone can see which element we want to search. So now if we want to search the element 4, we'll have to first divide this array into 2. As you can see, the middle element is 5, which is highlighted over here. Now, 4 is less than 5, so we'll have to further divide the array into 2. So, we have further divided the array into 2, and we have found either 2 or 3 can be considered as the middle element. Here, I have gone with 2. Now, again, we have further subdivided the already divided array. Now, so only 2 elements are left, and again, we have taken a middle element as 3. Finally, in the last subdivision, we have found the main element, that is 4. Thus, you can see that we didn't have to compare all the 9 elements just to find out which element is 4. And this has helped us decrease the number of comparisons. And each step, the array which we have to search is being divided by half. This is a program snippet of the binary search algorithm and how it will find an element in an ascending sorted array. This uses the divide and conquer algorithm.